All right, today we are diving deep into a really powerful book, Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. We're going to pull out the absolute core ideas, the key mental shifts that really build wealth. Let's get right into it.
So let's start with the big question, right? What truly separates the rich from everyone else? Is it just luck? Maybe where they went to school or who their parents are? Well, the book we're breaking down today says, nope, it's something way deeper and honestly, something that's much more in our control. It all comes down to mindset.
And here's how we're going to break it all down. We're going to look at this through 4 key pillars. First, the real difference in mindset. Then, how we think about the world, abundance versus scarcity. After that, how we turn those thoughts into action. And finally, the nitty-gritty of how we actually manage money.
Okay, first up, this is the big one, the foundation for everything else. And really, it all boils down to one simple but super profound question about control. Are you the one steering the car, or are you just sitting in the passenger seat, hoping you end up somewhere good? And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. This is the core divide. On one side, you've got wealthy people who operate from this place of total empowerment. They truly believe, I create my life. But on the other side, you have folks who are struggling, and they often feel like victims, as if life is just this random series of events that's happening to them.
And this passenger mindset, this victim mentality, it shows up in a few really predictable ways. You start blaming everyone else, the economy, the government, your boss, or you start justifying why you're not successful, saying things like, oh, money isn't that important anyway. Then there's the complaining, which just keeps your focus locked on what's wrong. And finally, just waiting for some outside force like winning the lottery to come and save you. It's a trap, and it keeps people stuck.
So here's the bottom line for this whole section. It's absolutely crucial. Creating wealth starts, and I mean starts, with taking 100% responsibility. You have to believe deep down in your bones that you are the one behind the wheel of your own financial destiny. Period.
All right, let's build on that. Let's move to our second pillar. So once you've decided you're in the driver's seat, your view of the road ahead is everything. Is the world a place of limited resources where you have to fight for your peace, or is it a world of infinite possibility? It's like asking, is the world a single cake or a giant buffet?
See, a scarcity mindset forces you into these false choices. It makes you think you can have a successful career or a happy family, a fulfilling job or a lot of money. It's always either or. But the abundance mindset, which is so common among the wealthy, just throws that idea out the window. It asks, okay, how can I have both? It says you can absolutely be rich and happy. You can have a ton of money and be a kind, generous, spiritual person. It's not a choice you have to make.
And this analogy from the book just makes it so crystal clear. Scarcity thinking sees the world as one single cake. There are only so many slices, right? So if someone else takes a big piece, well, that means there's less for you. But abundance thinking, it sees the world as a giant, open buffet. If one tray of food runs out, no big deal. More is coming right out of the kitchen. There's plenty for everyone to eat as much as they want.
And this all comes down to a really simple but powerful universal law. Whatever you focus on expands. It's true. If you're constantly looking for problems, for risks, for obstacles, guess what? That is exactly what you will find. But if you train yourself to focus on opportunities, on growth, on possibilities, you will start seeing them literally everywhere. And you can see this difference in focus in something as simple as how you value your time. So let me ask you, would you spend an entire hour driving across town just to save, say, 60 cents on a bag of oranges? If you do, you've just valued 1 hour of your life at 60 cents. The wealthy think so much bigger. They ask, how can I use this hour to create thousands of dollars in value? It's a totally different game. Okay, so you've taken responsibility, you're in the driver's seat, you're thinking big, seeing the buffet, not the cake. But you know what? None of that matters without our third pillar, action. Action is the bridge. It's what connects your inner world of thoughts and feelings to your outer world of results. It all comes down to this really simple but powerful formula for manifestation. It goes like this. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings then drive your actions. And finally, your actions are what produce your results. You can think positive thoughts and feel inspired all day long, but if you skip that crucial action step, you get nothing. Zero. Action is the engine. So, if action is the secret sauce, if it's that critical, what stops us? Why do so many people get stuck? I mean, why don't they just do the things they know they should be doing?
Well, the answer comes down to one single, incredibly powerful emotion.
It's fear. But here's the secret, and please get this. Rich people feel fear too. They get nervous, they feel doubt, they worry, just like everyone else. The difference isn't a lack of fear. The difference is that they are willing to act anyway. They act despite the fear. They're willing to be uncomfortable to get to their goals, while so many others let that feeling of discomfort just stop them dead in their tracks.
And the action you take, it needs to be clear and committed. Think about it like this. Just saying, I want to be rich, is like walking up to a food cart and saying, I want a baguette. You'll probably get, well, a baguette, something random. But being specific and saying, I want a toasted tuna baguette on dark bread with extra pickles, now that is how you get the exact result you are aiming for.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? If you want to fly with the eagles, don't swim with the ducks. It's about another key action, surrounding yourself with success. You really do become who you associate with. And hey, if you don't personally know any millionaires, that's okay. You can still hang out with them by reading their books, by studying their methods, by modeling what they do. You absorb their mindset by immersion.
And that brings us to the finish line, our final pillar, the practical, nuts and bolts habits of money itself. Because once your new mindset and actions start getting you results, you have to know what to do with the money that comes in.
Here is a massive, massive shift in focus. The question most people ask, the one we're all taught to ask, is, how much do you make? That's all about your paycheck, your working income. But the wealthy, they focus on a totally different metric, the real measure of wealth, your net worth.
So what exactly is net worth? It's actually really simple. It's the value of everything you own, your cash, your investments, your house, your car, minus everything you owe, like your mortgage, credit card debt, student loans. That final number, that is the true scorecard. It shows your total financial health, not just one paycheck. And this is so crucial. The book puts it this way. The universe is watching. And until you show that you can handle what you've already got, you won't get any more. You see, money management isn't about how much you have. It's a habit. You can't just wait until you're rich to start managing your money. You have to prove right now that you can be responsible with the little you have. Only then will life and your bank account trust you with more.
The book lays out this simple but honestly brilliant system. A chunk of your income, let's say 10%, goes straight into an investment account. That's for your future, for growing your wealth. But, and this is the genius part, another 10% goes into a play account. And here's the rule. You must spend all of it, every single month, on fun, on things that make you feel joyful and abundant. This is what balances the discipline of saving with the joy of living. It stops you from burning out and helps you build a really positive, healthy relationship with your money.
So what's the end game? What's the ultimate goal of all this? It's something called financial freedom. And look, it's not about having billions in the bank. It's a simple equation. It's the point where the money your assets generate for you, your passive income, is greater than your expenses. That's it. Once you hit that point, work becomes a choice, not something you have to do.
So when you boil it all down, every single one of these secrets comes back to a decision, a choice. The choice to be the driver, not the passenger. The choice to think both, not either or. The choice to act even when you're scared. The choice to manage your money like a master. These are all choices that are available to you right now. So the only real question left is, what choice will you make today?